I ran into my ex at a party, and whatever, we're cool, we're friends, and he's like, let's all go to your house after. And I'm like, fuck it, let's all go. So we go, and he rides in a different car with my friends. I get there a little sooner, you know, I'm waiting for everyone to pull up. I'm at my house, and then he comes in with my friends. Him and a girl lie on a beanbag. He's literally rubbing on her leg, trying to make out with her in front of me in my house. And then him and all his friends want to point me out for being crazy, stopping it, causing some drama, whatever. Am I in the wrong?
100% you're in the wrong. Why did you invite your ex back to your house? Plus, he's your ex. He's no longer with you. He can rub on whoever he wants and kiss whoever he wants. Stop being jealous and you go find yourself a one-night stand too.
One time I invited this guy that I had been dating for like 3 months to New Year's Eve, and I was like, let's get a hotel. And he's like, okay, great. So I got the hotel. I paid for the hotel. Whatever. We go out with my friends. We come back. And he's like, I don't think I'm going to stay here tonight. And I was like, what? And he's like, I'm not really feeling well. And I was like, oh, I'll move to the other bed if you want. And he's like, no, I'm just going to go home. So then after that, we never talked again. He blocked my number, and we haven't talked since.
What a travesty. The whole of the internet must know. How many times do we take girls out on dates, then get ghosted? Just take the L and move on. No need to embarrass yourself on the internet.
So I've learned recently that when there are two females in a relationship that are both kind of femme, I'm very femme, Gina's kind of like in between, but guys always think that we're just like friends, or that they still even have like a chance or whatever. The other night, Gina and I were holding hands walking into a bar. This guy wearing leopard print cat ears, for why I don't know, decides to like hit on us, and we were just like, whatever. Then we're getting cozy at the bar. Gina and I were giving each other kisses, holding each other, whatever. He comes up, puts his arms around us, and is like, I got a bed for the three of us. And I was just like, bro, no, sorry, you may be wearing cat ears, but you're not the type of pussy I want. Good try, though.
That was kind of cringe. I'm not gonna lie. But what if he identifies as a cat? You're basically denying a homeless cat some shelter. You're a monster.
So I dated this guy when I was 17. We dated for about 1.5 years and ended up breaking up because he was cheating on me with his girl best friend, which isn't actually the muggiest thing he did to me. Fast forward 6 months, and my dad very, very sadly passes away. I texted this guy at the time, just being like, you did know my dad, so I'll let you know that he passed away. And he texted back being like, oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, but nothing else, no further conversation. Fast forward another 2 weeks, and things are starting to go back to normal. I'm back at college. One of my friends has literally just dropped me home. I am just in my front door, and somebody hand posts a note through my front door. And this was pretty common at the time. It was addressed to my mum, so I handed it to her, and she looked really confused. And she was like, oh, look at who it's from. It was from my ex-boyfriend at the time, but the letter was only addressed to her and my little brother, not to me, and it was a really long letter saying like how sorry he was to hear of the passing of my dad. But this letter was obviously specifically not addressed to me.
I like how they're always victims about something, leaving 75% of the story out. It sounds like he did know your dad and wanted to pay condolences. And it sounds like he was done with you after you broke up. And this cheating thing is just his new girl after he was done with you. How low IQ does TikTok have to be to see her story is full of holes?
A deal breaker if a guy asks you out on a date but then expects to split the bill with you?
Yes. Crazy thing, a couple weeks ago that happened to me, and he told me his card declined, and he told me he'd cash at me, so I went ahead and put it on my card. And then when I asked him about it, he said that it was the least I could do, being as though I showed up to the date an hour late. Mind you, I only showed up to an hour late because I was supposed to meet him at his house to get him, but that was a lost cause.
So he didn't get a second date?
No.
And you never got cash apped back?
No.
I mean, but do you think his card really got declined?
I don't know. I always think guys are playing games.
Even if it did, though, he could have cash apped you.
Yeah, he could have, and he did.